Welcome back. Episode 37 of the Pursuit of Sound podcast. And I got Mike Brown right here with me.
What up? How's everyone doing today?
Yeah, dude. You are one of the more knowledgeable people that I know in regards to music and all that. I'm surprised that you actually don't play an instrument or don't DJ or something like that, but you've always had so much to teach me, and I was like, you know what? Let's get that on the record.
Well, thanks for that. Best bass player I know.
Yo!
Multi-talented.
One of my first questions I want to ask you is, if you did play an instrument, what instrument would that be?
Oh, I don't know. Probably the cowbell, because you always need more cowbell. Or bass. Start with a bass and then work my way up from there, I guess. Let's see. I don't know. I've never really thought about it. I'd like to learn piano. That'd be pretty nice to do as far as musically wise, but I don't really know how to read sheet music, so it'd probably take a minute.
Dude, I think a lot of people don't even know how to read sheet music.
But Dave Grohl taught himself how to play guitar, so he doesn't know how to read sheet music either.
Yeah, man. These days, you don't really need to know how to read sheet music in order to play. I've never been able to read sheet music, and that's just, far too complicated for me. Reading tabs is one thing, but your first answer was absolutely hilarious. The cowbell. I love that. What kind of, and then bass, of course, I can see you as a bassist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking six string.
I gotta go farther.
Yeah, a 6-string bass I could see rocking. What would the style of music be that you would make too?
That's hard. Probably start with a little Sublimey style. Just flick it, I guess. I don't know. I've never really thought about it before. But yeah, probably go with a Sublime, Badfish-esque style. And then just
funky
go
reggae
from there. Yeah. Funky reggae party.
Dude, that's what I love. Yeah, man. Walking into your house, for the first time was crazy because you've got just posters all over your walls of all the different shows, festivals, etc. that you've been to. What do you think the best? I'm curious on what your favorite festival is and what your favorite show outside of a festival has been.
Well, of course, favorite festival is Halloween. I mean, hands
Shout
down.
Out.
There's no really comparison to Hula. Electric Forest is really nice. It's just so spread out that you have to be more know exactly who you want to see. Hula, you can go catch 3-4 sets in an hour because it's 5-minute walk from here to there. But Forest is pretty awesome, but I'd definitely choose Halloween. I like summer camp a lot too. That's really nice because once you're in there, you're in there. There's no security checks or anything. You're in there, you're camped, and you're just ping-ponging from stage to stage. So that's a lot of fun.
Where's summer camp at?
Chillicothe, Illinois.
Ah.
It's a little bit outside of Peoria, Illinois.
Peoria. I feel like that was the first level on that old video game Rampage. I don't know if you remember that game. Anyway,
yeah, Rampage with the gorilla.
Yeah, where you'd go around and mess up the buildings.
I have played that before, back in the day.
I swear the first episode. I mean, the first...
That's N64, PlayStation 1 days.
Yeah, level 1 Peoria. You gotta mess it up. And then, what's been your favorite show experience that's not a festival, but just an individual show?
Dang, that's a hard one. Been to so many in so many different places. It's hard to really pick one.
Isn't it? Trying to give you some thinkers.
I mean, I love all the shows at the Poorhouse. I mean, that's family over there, so anything at Poorhouse is always really good.
Maybe a Doom Flamingo show or
Yeah, Doom's always amazing. I was at the first ever Doom show in 2018 at the Patriots Point. They did the after party for Humphreys McGee. And I want to say P Groove opened for Humphreys. And first show ever, it was pretty solid at the Shriners on Patriots Point.
Oh my God, I forgot about that
2018.
venue. I can't believe that was Doom's first show. 2018.
First show ever.
Dang, they've come a long way. yeah, like I remember Grizz did a show at the Omar Shrine Temple.
Oh, Grizz at Music Farm was amazing. That was, I didn't know who he was at the time, and shout out to Drewby, R.I.P. He was like, hey, this dude named Grizz is awesome. You have to come with me to Grizz. And it's like, let's do it. And then hooked ever since. No looking back.
You said you saw him at the Music Farm?
Mhm.
Oh, because I swear he came also to the Omar Shrine right there in Mount Pleasant.
He probably did that also.
Yeah, which is like nothing goes on there anymore. But dang, that's awesome that Drewby got you into Grizz for the first time.
Yeah, he was like, you'll love this dude. He's right up your alley. And then, boom. 80 or however many Grizz shows later.
80?
I don't keep track. I have a lot of friends that are big on keeping track of their Humphrey shows, and they'll be like, this is my 80th, 87th, 105th. It's like, I can't keep track of all that.
Yeah.
I'd say a solid 30
Damn.
for Grizz, though, at least.
That's a lot.
Because I've been to the 2 space camps, 3 Christmases in July. He plays like 5 sets at Electric Forest. Saw him at summer camp. Yeah, quite a bit. Say, yeah, probably at least in the low 20s then. Mid 20s.
Yeah, that's enough. I mean,
Yeah.
sheesh. And we're waiting on Grizz to come back from that hiatus whenever he is ready.
He was actually just at the Detroit Lions game the other day. He's from he's from Michigan, so he's a big fan. And a few people in the Grizz group posted pictures of him. Okay. He left Thailand to go to the Detroit Lions game.
Yeah, what in the world? That's love right there. Well, if you could even have like a dream lineup and venue, like, hey, yeah, like Grizz and Humphreys and, you know, X, Y, and Z at like Halloween, what would, if you could choose like 5 big headline artists in like one solid venue, what would it be?
Red Rocks or Dillon Amphitheater. Red Rocks is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I've never been to Dillon Amphitheater, but from all the videos and shows I've seen there, it looks pretty amazing. So that's definitely on the bucket list. It's something at Dillon Amphitheater.
Where's that?
It's in Dillon, Colorado.
Oh, it's in Colorado.
It's
yeah.
an amphitheater with the stage here, and then behind the stage is a lake, and then mountains behind that, and the
What?
sun sets behind the mountains.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty nice from all the videos I've seen.
And then the top 5 artists.
Oh, probably do. Of course, Grizz is in there.
Yeah.
Probably Pretty Lights.
Okay.
I think of some smaller people that I don't really see too often. So Down's really good.
Yeah, he is.
He played at Poorhouse a couple years ago too. It's like 2019 or 2020.
I remember when that happened.
Maybe throw the Floozies in there as an opener.
Ooh, I missed the Floozies.
My friend actually the other day was telling me that he saw Humphreys and Floozies together at the Coliseum one time, which I'd never heard of that mix, and he said it was really fun.
Yeah, it's
So,
at the North Charleston.
yeah.
What?
I haven't fact checked it, but
Yeah.
that's what he told me the other day, and he's like, it was amazing. So it makes sense though, because they both are pretty wide range of what they can do.
Yeah, dude, they're like nice and funky, not too ED. Like, I don't know. They're not too like heavy. They're that nice blend between a band style,
Funky,
yeah, and
wide
EDM.
range. Then I'd probably throw in some maybe like Dirty Heads or Revolution, something like up that alley, as a little chill vibe for one of the sets, like a calm you down for a little bit kind of set.
Yes, sir.
What about you? What's your favorite festival you've ever been to?
Dude, I think my most favorite festival's gotta be, man, I kind of gotta throw it back to like the very first one I ever went to, which was, it wasn't even that big. I just remember it being so impressionable, and it was Connection Campout. It's like a smaller kind of festival. It was like heady music.
Where's that?
That was in West Avalon, South Carolina.
Okay.
It's like just kind of like upper state random spot. And yeah, you know, kind of DJs along the lines of like Closey or like Of the Trees and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
We don't get much of that in little festivals in South Carolina. It's more like country rock based kind of things.
Yeah. Connection Campout used to be Gratify.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard of that one.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, and then obviously, yeah, Halloween, super close second. I mean, freaking Hijinks was awesome. Dance Festopia was awesome. Reggaetronics is awesome. It's so hard.
Yeah, how was Dance Festopia? I haven't really talked to you about that. Was it like a Coliseum festival, or was it like a outdoor, or what?
It reminded me a lot of Halloween, just with the way that it was all set up, like, you know, camping ground in one area, and then, you know, the stages and everything else in like slightly different area. The walk wasn't too far, you know, lights set up around. There wasn't as many art installations. Like, that's where Halloween really shines. It's like there's a lot of interactive art installations, but Dance Festopia they're still doing their thing out there.
Yeah, and that's Kansas City?
Yeah, it's like on the outskirts of Kansas City. It's probably about like a 30-minute drive. It'd be kind of like from here.
So then is it Missouri or Kansas?
It's like right on the line, but it's Kansas. Yeah. Yeah. And then pretty much, yeah, dude, but it was just like it was mostly heavier kind of artists, but still a super fun time. Everybody was really nice, and, you know, I'd go back, but yeah.
And then what's your all-star lineup for end venue? If you could pick your 5 artists.
Man.
I feel like you'd have a pretty diversified lineup.
Yeah, dude. I'd want, you know, some bands and some DJs and some in-betweens. Like, dude, people like Mark Ribier and Reggie Watts, Honeycomb, those people that make up the music on the spot.
Honeycomb just played a couple days ago at Poorhouse.
I know, I missed it, regrettably. He's so cool. You know, one of those 3 on there for sure. It's kind of hard to choose between those. And I've been huge into Dirt Monkey for a while. He's just got such a fun style about him, and Import is amazing. I'm gonna have him on the podcast here soon, and he's just one of my favorite producers as well. I'd want him on there.
I don't know if I've heard of him. He's a local guy or what?
He's from Colorado,
Okay.
Denver area.
Nice.
And man, as far as a band, dude, I would love to see. One of my favorite bands of all time, believe it or not, is actually Coldplay.
Okay.
And that'd be really cool to see Coldplay on there. Man, Billy Strings is super talented as well.
I'll be at Billy in next month, or in April, in Savannah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
lucky. Wait, we're in Savannah.
It's called On. I've never heard of the venue before. It's a Coliseum kind of place. It's like it's EN something else. I have to look that up.
Yeah.
It's let's see.
But yeah, so it's definitely really hard to hunker down. What would y'all's dream lineup be for a show? Comment below if you want. I'm curious. And yeah, dude, I'm also curious about
In Market Arena.
the in-market
Okay,
arena. Yeah. ENMARKET. Billy
Never been to
Strings.
there. Been to the Mercer Theater in Savannah, but never the In Market.
So how did you get to know so much about like hip hop and like all the stuff like about the artists and everything that you've always like told me about? That just blows my mind.
Just always like to find new stuff. So keep liking the things that I like, and just always want to branch out. And anytime there's someone you've never heard before or don't know the name, always check them out, because if they're good enough to make it on a lineup, they're probably good enough to have you as a fan. So just don't discriminate. Anything I see, I go and give them a try, and if I don't like it, I don't like it. And most of the time I do, and then I just keep branching out and finding new things. You can never have enough good music in your life, that's for sure.
I agree with that.
And there's so many talented people out there now that it's just not like it was back in the day where all we had was the 12 songs they play every hour on the radio. It's like you can guess YouTube, you can Pandora, Spotify. There's just so many things to go off of now, as opposed to 2 or 3 radio stations that are good, and then they play the same exact songs over and over again.
Yeah, there's so many more artists out, and it's damn near overwhelming. Oh, before I forget, I actually remembered a couple that I definitely have on my dream lineup. It would be Lettuce.
Britney Spears.
Yes, Britney Spears.
Yeah, shout out to Natalie. Can't leave Britney off.
Let's get Britney on that, bitch. And then Lettuce. You know,
Lettuce is always good. If they don't cancel, they cancel a lot.
What?
Yeah, they've canceled quite a few shows I was supposed to see them at, but
dude, they're probably one of my top favorite sets of all time.
they're playing at Resonate, I believe, in April that I'm going to.
You lucky dog.
Let me double check that.
And then also X Mag. I don't know if you've heard of X Mag. Okay, so we're going live right now as well. Bumblebee said AT Aliens, Daily Bread, Kid Cudi.
I love the Bread Man. Bread Man's one of my favorites. I'm catching him at Soulfest in May. He'll be good. And then the Closiella Stream Together is pretty good. They just started doing that where they do a joint little set. It's called like Siren or something to that effect.
What? Yeah, and Kid Cudi? That's awesome. Oh, looks like Import was in this live for a second. That's what's up. And yeah, so what what was like the first CD you ever bought?
Oh, I want to say it was Bone Thugs and Harmony.
What?
When they had the Crossroads album or Gangsta's Paradise, the Coolio album back in the day, back in the 90s.
Like where you had to get your parents to drive you to the CD store?
Yep.
What was it, like Millennium Music or Monster
At
Music?
that point in time, I lived in Virginia, so it was... I couldn't tell you what the CD store was that we got it from, but yeah, I think that was like 96-ish. So I was 9-10 years old.
Oh my God. I can only... Sometimes I think back to like what my parents would have thought. Like I put myself in their shoes and like their kid is like, hey, can you buy me like Country Grammar by Nelly or something? And like,
That's
or
a
like
classic.
Bone Thugs and Harmony, like, especially if there's a little explicit square at the bottom of it. You know, like,
yeah, once they started selling the CDs at Walmart, none of them were explicit, so it's like, I can't get it at Walmart. If you get me a CD from Walmart, just bring me the receipt so I can take it back and get it. Because nobody wants to have blanks for curse words. Like,
yeah.
we're adult. Well, back then I was a kid, but we all know the basic 5-6 curse words, so it's really not that big of a deal.
But Bone Thugs and Harmony, man. Oh my God, I love that. I think it's a Key and Peele skit about like they're like making fun of like a Bone Thugs and Harmony like music video type thing. But so do you have siblings that put you onto music as well?
No, I just have a younger sister.
Huh.
I just always hung out with older people, and so it was always being taught new stuff and very diversified group of friends, so everyone always listens to different stuff, so I just pick up here and there and then just roll with it, just go with it.
What is like a really niche bit of information you have about like some like an artist in the industry or something like that somebody might not know about?
I don't know. I used to hang out with this dude in Nashville named All Star, who ended up becoming a big writer for Yo Gotti and Lil Wayne. His name's All Star. He goes by Starlito sometimes. He's pretty solid. Known him since I was in like 9th, 10th grade. So
sorry, that thing was messing up. Go on, repeat that. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, this guy named All Star, he produces for like Yo Gotti and Lil Wayne, and I've just known him I lived in Nashville for 2 years, so we ended up meeting him at a Yo Gotti concert when I was in like 9th grade, and then hung out a few times, and he's just a pretty solid dude, so he'd always send us like random new like mixtapes and stuff that he would drop for them.
What?
So that was pretty solid. Pretty solid.
Damn, yeah, dude. Know anything somebody might not know about like Suge Knight or like
Saw him run somebody over in his big red truck though.
Oh.
That was going viral for a while a few years ago.
What was the context behind that?
He's crazy.
He like, did that person live?
I believe so.
Oh my God.
Suge Knight's a pretty crazy fella.
I've heard. Running over somebody. I think Justin Bieber actually also practically ran over somebody as well. I saw this one video where it's like he's in a big like Escalade, like even lifted and stuff. You know how he would probably do it. And then I think there's like a bunch of paparazzi around him and
He just floors it.
something like that. Yeah, like it's been a while since I've seen the video, but yeah. And I guess he had a good lawyer.
Oh, of course he did. Once you have money, you can do whatever you want, pretty much. Like run people over in your Escalade.
Dude, yeah. What was your first ever concert?
Probably the Yo Gotti concert. As far as that, I wasn't with my parents and stuff. That was 2001, 2002 in Nashville. It was a good time.
Damn. Was it Ratchet?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's in Nashville back when Nashville was country and not all built up. So it was a good, well, not country as far as country music goes, but, well, still it was country music, but it was a good time. Good time. Yeah, actually, that's probably the oldest one I can think of.
Yo Gotti. Yeah, because I didn't even hear about Yo Gotti until like more recently.
Yep, his main song was "I'ma sell my dope and can't trust no bitch." And that was his hit back then, back in those days.
Was it a big show?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's from Memphis, so he had a pretty good following in Tennessee.
Dang, like thousands of people basically?
Yeah. It was a good sized show.
Oh my God. Have you seen Snoop Dogg?
Nope. I saw him as Snoop Lion at 420 Fest in Atlanta, but he wasn't doing like Snoop Dogg songs. He was trying to do his reggae stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah. What happened to that?
He flopped as Snoop Lion. I'm pretty sure that he got a lot of harsh reviews, so he's just switched back to his normal stuff. I mean, he's got enough money that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, did you see the thing around his like genius marketing campaign for like not smoking anymore?
Was because he wanted to sell his own edibles?
No, it was for a grill. I think it was like a grill company or something, like where it's like there wasn't any smoke.
So like an indoor grill, so your house doesn't
Like
get smoked
something
out
like
kinda
that.
thing?
Yeah, I swear to God. And then it just, because everybody was just kind of like, he prepped it up like, hey, I'm not going to be smoking anymore. And it kind of was, you kind of like were wondering if Snoop Dogg's okay, if something happened. And then like a few days later, it's just really an advertisement for a product. And he's like, oh, y'all thought I stopped smoking weed? Pfft, never.
Yeah, because he talks about smoking 100 blunts a day. You can't just quit smoking 100 blunts a day. Even though I don't know how... He's definitely not smoking the whole blunt if you're smoking 100 a day.
Like 100 a day. Yeah. You know somebody probably is hired to do the rolling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have ads out there to hire people like 60 grand a year to come roll me 40 blunts in the morning and go, and boom. I guess have them split up into different kinds of weed. Just like smoke that indica, smoke that sativa later, and good to go. Not a bad way to live.
Dude, yeah, I can't imagine that job. And I'm surprised that they don't really have something more
Gig Pro for blunt rolling.
yeah, like something more automatic to get the job done.
They do, but it's not as good. Like they have the little roller things you can put it in, but I don't like them as much as just regular old school.
Yeah, gotta have that human touch. I dig it. Dang, what were you listening to today? Have you listened to any music?
Yeah, there's a newer, I don't know, I've never heard of them. They're called Pacific Dub, and they're coming to town here in sometime next month, so been looking them up. And then Sublime with Rome left, so Bradley Noel's son can take his spot in their regular Sublime now. Bradley's the lead singer that passed away from Sublime, and his son's taken over the band now as the lead singer.
What?
Yeah, that just happened like maybe a month ago. So now Rome has his own band called Rome and Diddy, or Rome and Diddy, something like that. So been checking them out a good bit too. They're coming to town March 9th, I believe, at Music Farm. So he'll be in there.
Hot dog.
Rome and Diddy. It can't be Diddy because I think that's copywritten already. but Duddy maybe. But I always liked Rome's voice, though. At first, I was a little hesitant because his voice isn't very similar to the old Sublime stuff, but their newer stuff together is good.
Man, that reminds me of, you remember the whole thing about Journey, that band Journey?
Oh, yeah, their new dude's really good. I saw them at a festival in Canada called Ottawa Blues Fest, and that new Vietnamese, I believe, or Korean guy is really good. He's, well, not new now. He's been in there for a while, but he sounds just like the old lead singer.
Yeah,
he's solid.
It's insane. I can't believe you got to see them.
Yep, I saw them. I went up for Red Hot Chili Peppers, Zed's Dead, Grammatic, and then the Monkees actually played, like, from the TV show back in the day. Hey, hey, we're the Monkees.
The Monkees even?
Yeah, the Monkees were playing.
What?
Yeah, it was good. Journey. Well, I went 2 years. Maybe Journey was the other year. I went for Foo Fighters 1 year also. It might have been the Foo Fighters year, not the Red Hots year. But
the fact that you also mentioned Rage Against the Machine, we got Tom Morello that
said they're done. He said they're not going to tour anymore.
Well, I mean, what about his solo stuff? Well, Tom Morello's not even solo stuff. Tom Morello's still been, like, he's kept up with collabs and whatnot. Like, he did a track with Grammatic.
About a month ago, I think it was the drummer, the bass player, said that Rage is not going to do any more touring anymore.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sad to hear that.
Everyone's been waiting for them to come back, because I feel like before COVID they were supposed to play, and then it just kept getting pushed back, and now they pretty much said, yeah, we're not doing it.
I mean, it's after so many years, man, it's like,
yeah,
makes me wonder about, like, some of the longest running bands out there. Like, Rush had a really long run. Aerosmith.
Red Hot's been around for a minute too. I wonder what the longest running band is right now.
Yeah.
The Wailers are playing at a festival, so they've been around for quite a long time.
They just have, like, a new singer?
I'm guessing so. I haven't heard them. I just saw them on a lineup.
You just see, like, some Korean guy that's, like, now, like, the new singer. Like, that sounds exactly like Bob Marley.
And then the new Bob Marley movie comes out on Valentine's Day. That should be pretty good.
Yeah, what?
It's called One Love, I think. Man, that looks like it'll be pretty solid.
Man.
February 14th.
Dude, Tim was on the podcast last night, and he was just showing me some videos afterwards of him. He just recently took a trip to
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Puerto Rico, and it was a car ride, and in the car they were listening to Bob Marley.
Right.
And it just, like, springs this flashbulb memory in my head about where it's just like, you don't really realize it, but it's so easy to memorize Bob Marley's stuff without even knowing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all the little...
It's got such a good melody to it. It's like,
yeah.
Gives you good vibes.
Seriously, man. People don't really make music like that anymore. I mean, they do, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Well, yeah, and then... What kind of... Did you get into, like, Green Day?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, like, Blink?
Green Day just came out with a new song recently. I don't know if they have a whole album, but they had a new song that I listened to the other day. It's pretty good. It sounded like their old school stuff. And, of course, God. Blink. I love Blink.
Yeah.
Last time I saw them was at PNC in Charlotte. What? And they had Travis Barker in, like, this little gerbil ball strapped in, and they were spinning him upside down, and he was still drumming upside down. It was off the chain.
Dude, yes, thank you. I was actually trying to tell somebody about that on a recent episode, and I was like, dude, I swear to God, it was like Travis Barker would be on this, like, platform that would just go up, and he would be drumming upside down.
It was like a little cage thing, and he'd be strapped in, and then just drumming upside down.
Like, how do you do that?
Because once you're that good, you just do it. It's like,
yeah, I know, but even just, like, all the blood rushing to your head and just, like...
Well, now he's a Kardashian, so, you know, he can do it all.
They put that spell on him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm praying for him. He even survived a freaking plane crash.
Oh, really? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep. He definitely, I don't know to what degree, like, the crash was.
What kind of plane was it? Like a little Cessna? Or
I imagine it was a smaller Cessna-style plane. And, yeah, dude. I think he pretty much stuck to the road for a very long time since then, if not indefinitely since then. You know.
Could you play bass while spinning upside down?
I don't think so, dude. I can't imagine that. It's just, I don't know what I could really do upside down.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, I guess I could if I was like, you remember those things back in the day where it's like at a carnival, you'd be like strapped to like this wooden...
The Gravitron. Or not the Gravitron?
The Gravitron's slightly different. Take the Gravitron, flip it vertically. You remember like those wooden things that like you'd get like a girl on there and then they like spin it upside down and in circles and then a guy would be throwing knives and it would like go in between their legs.
Yeah, like the wheel kind of thing.
Yeah, like a wheel that would pivot. Yeah, maybe if I was like perfectly strapped into one of those and I had the bass, I could play that like that. But you know, logistically speaking, that's a
Any God shows planned here soon or what?
Yeah, dude. Thanks for asking. Yeah, we're gonna be playing at this place called Stu's House. It's in North Charleston. It's a little bit more off the grid. Mm-hmm. Imagine kind of like the Crystal Warehouse, mm-hmm. how it's like they won't really give out the address
until like an hour before, kind of thing.
Yeah, like you kind of have to know about it, and so it's one of those places.
Oh, yeah, that's
and cool. That's on Saturday, February 10th, with Overlay and Newgrounds Rugby. So yeah, should be a good one. And then also,
what time are you playing? Or you don't know yet?
Yeah, I don't know the exact time yet, but I imagine it's somewhere between the hours of like
9 and 12.
Yeah, 9 and 12. And then also Gods is now in charge of this thing that we're going to be incepting at Rebel Taqueria. It's going to be indie nights, and we're basically just going to host and invite various bands.
Oh, that's cool.
To play with us, yeah. It's
like an open band night kind of thing.
Kinda, yeah. And so it's like, it'll be like once a month and 2 or 3 bands. You know, we won't really play every single one, but we'll be there for the hosting of it and all this, that, and the third. And
that's cool.
Try to cultivate something around that.
Yeah, I'm right down the road from there, so I'll definitely come check it out.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like a mile from Rebel, maybe.
Yeah, you've been there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
I've been there to eat a few times.
Yeah, they got great food. And I love the vibe, and they're like always playing some like old school wrestling matches on the TV and stuff. That's fun.
Dude, old Monday Night Raw, they just got bought out by Netflix, $5 billion for 10 years.
What?
Yeah, that's insane money.
I didn't know they were still doing it.
That's insane money.
Yeah.
I haven't watched wrestling in a while, but saw that the other day. I was like, wow, that's just to be on Netflix.
Yeah. Did you ever go to a wrestling match?
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
I was big into it back when I was younger, like early 90s, mid 90s, late 90s. So all the 90s, back when Stone Cold was big.
And they would come to the North Charleston Coliseum?
Mm-hmm.
Or were you living in Virginia?
I saw them at Hampton Coliseum in Virginia when I was younger. But I also went with a buddy for his birthday up at the Charleston Coliseum one time. I'll say that was maybe like 2003 or 4-ish.
In the same era of like monster truck rallies.
Oh, I love a good monster truck rally. The old Gravedigger.
Oh yeah,
and
dude.
Now they're doing backflips, which is just insane that you're in a giant truck with massive wheels cutting a backflip.
Yeah, it's it's damn near unconscionable, but they're doing it.
How do you even? I guess if you have the right angle on your dirt mound, you know, like.
Yeah, and you hit that nos at the right time.
Yeah. I saw a video the other day of Kurt Cobain's daughter married Tony Hawk's son, or maybe vice versa.
What?
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain had a kid?
Yeah, with Courtney Love, I'm guessing. But yeah, they showed videos of it. They dance floor was a half pipe. Tony Hawk did a couple of tricks on the half pipe, and then the whoever married them went and did a couple tricks too. It was pretty cool. Like, just watched the highlights of it, but it seemed pretty awesome. Like, what a match right there. Like,
oh my god,
Tony Hawk and Kurt Cobain. Your grandkids are gonna probably be amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, dude. That blew my mind, low key.
Yeah, Tony Hawk went up and did his little McTwists and stuff, and I mean, he's still the GOAT. Like, there's no way around that. He's the greatest skater ever. Like, you can't really. There's no one even in his stratosphere to compare to him.
Yeah, he was the OG of OGs that basically
greatest soundtrack ever.
Yeah, he popularized skateboarding with the advent of, you know, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series video games.
Always pushing the limits.
Yeah, and Birdhouse skateboards, dude, his new tricks. He was like the first one to do the 900 and then also the loop. And he's just still doing his thing. I actually saw him on a reel today with Dylan Francis, the EDM producer, and yeah, they were just talking about some funny shit. Like, Dylan was telling him about this kid handed him a thumb drive from the crowd. Dylan took the thumb drive, put it in. There was one audio file on it, and it was a fart with reverb, and he just ended up like playing it at like just the right time, and it was just like this whole thing. Everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
Oh my god!
Yes, it's funny, and Dylan Francis is the guy that can get away with that. But I still think one of the best things I've seen a DJ do on stage actually has to be Shaq, DJ Diesel. When I don't know if you saw the video. Somebody had a totem that was literally like a kid's basketball hoop. And they just like held it up really high, threw the kid's basketball like on the stage. He got the basketball, and I'm telling you, the hoop was like pretty freaking far away, and it's like a kid's hoop.
You can rent Shaq to DJ on that
Beat
that little
Gig?
app. Yeah, on Beat Gig. I'm not sure how many zeros you have to have, but probably a few, quite a few.
Anyways, he sinks it first try.
Man,
quite unbelievable.
He couldn't make a free throw to save his life when he was in the NBA, but when you're on stage, that adrenaline's probably pretty high. He said that's why he does it. He said that's the closest adrenaline rush you can get to being in an NBA Game 7 is being a DJ. Like, the vibes out in the crowd are just unmatched. It's like, yeah, that'd probably be pretty awesome playing for 40,000 people. You know, like,
straight up.
Not a bad living.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to imagine until you're there, because, yeah, of course, like, the rush, even in front of, like, a few people or like a club is definitely enough to get the blood going and the excitement just rushing. But yeah, so it's just really unexpected that he ended up becoming a DJ, and now he's like a producer too. Like
I'm sure his setup is probably immaculate, you know, like,
yeah,
like, we're going to Shaq's house to drop a couple tracks. It's like, okay.
Yeah, and of all the styles of music, he like chooses basically like heavy rhythm dubsteppy.
Yep.
Like, what? It's completely unexpected. But so do you listen to really any podcasts?
I listen to a few comedian podcasts, like Big J Okerson, Shane Gillis, just random ones, but no, not very many.
Oh, dude, Shane Gillis is hilarious. I don't know Big J Okerson.
Yeah, I just saw them. I went with my buddy Mo up to, they did a comedy show up there at the Coliseum during Charleston Comedy Week, and they were like the headlining show. I like the club.
And Gillis?
Yeah, it was Shane Gillis, Jay Okerson. There's two others that are both really good. And it was a pretty solid time. And that actually the same night, Drewski was doing a comedy show at the Performing Arts Center. So it was pretty packed over there.
Golly. Yeah, I actually saw Dave Chappelle at the Performing Arts Center. That was funny.
Nice.
Like, that was
Cat Williams
funny.
is coming next month. Or I want to say it's the March 29th or 28th, something like that.
What? And I
He's
haven't
coming
heard
to the
about
Coliseum.
Dude, I need to see that. That dude is legendarily funny.
Yeah, it's the Friday night. So Doom's doing their 3-night run, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then on Friday is Cat Williams. So I was like contemplating go to all 3 nights of Doom, or maybe sub in Cat Williams in the middle. So I'll probably hit the Cat Williams one night, because I've never seen him, and I'd like to cross that off the bucket list.
We should go.
I'm down.
Yes, dude.
And that's at the Coliseum, so I doubt it's going to sell out.
He's been, he's like one of the biggest comedians like of all time at the same rate.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me wonder, like, why, when I went to see Dave Chappelle, he was at the Performing Arts Center and not the Coliseum.
Yeah.
You know, but
It's because Chappelle wants it to be a no camera kind of thing. I don't think they can really regulate you having a camera at the Coliseum. It's too big and too wide open. But at Performing Arts Center, they can keep eyes on, because it's only like maybe 1,000 or 2,000 at the pack.
Something like
but
that.
the Coliseum, they probably have 10,000. I know max capacity at the Coliseum's like 13,000.
Really?
But they kind of cut it in half.
Yeah.
Or like they only sell like 2/3. So it's hard to keep eyes on that many people and regulate it.
Yeah, exactly. We went and saw Jim Gaffigan there recently, and yeah, we were allowed to use our cell phones, but it was just so, I didn't even want to pull out the cell phone. I was just crying from laughing the whole time.
I mean, there's no point now. It's all going to be on YouTube later. So if you want to watch it, you can just pretty much type in any set anywhere and watch it later on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or Nugs.
What's that?
Nugs is like a live streaming app. It's like $12 a month, and you can pretty much watch a bunch of live streaming shows. Like you watch a bunch of Billy Strings, most of his shows, and you can watch it live while it's being streamed. I want to say it's like $12 or $13 a month. That's pretty
Dang,
solid.
yeah, that's like better than a lot of the streaming platforms, a lot of the popular ones now that have been raising their prices over the years. Still a good deal, but whatever.
Yeah. Actually, my friend the other night said she's gonna give me her login for her Nugs, so now I just can save that $12 a month.
Hey, got a password swap.
Yeah.
Let it be even. Maybe like give the login to something else to her. But,
Yeah, I'll give her one of mine. I guess we'll make it a fair trade.
Yeah. Password for password. But yeah, Cat Williams has been on fire lately, dude. Just roasting the...
on that Club Shay Shay. The Shannon Sharp's little thing. That was pretty funny.
Yo, so like... he is unstoppable. Oh my god. But yeah, so... but yeah, I saw Shane Gillis on a podcast recently too. He was on... swear he was on like Theo Von's one.
Probably. I think they all do stuff together.
Yeah. Did you know Theo Von used to live in Charleston?
I did not know.
Yeah.
I remember back when he was on Real World Road Rules.
Oh, that's right.
Back when he was young, super young.
So was that really what popped him off? Because
I'm not sure. He might have already been doing the comedy thing and they just put him on there as like a publicity stunt-ish thing.
yeah.
I'm not really sure. I think Joe Rogan's the one that really got him going more because he's on Joe Rogan a lot, and I think Joe really always talks about him a lot, so it kind of boosted his numbers.
Nah, I see that. Yeah, Joe Rogan's the grandfather of podcasts.
He loves DMT, so you know, it happens.
I don't listen to enough of him these days anymore.
I mean, well, his podcasts are like 3-4 hours, so you kind of have to, if you do listen to it, break it up unless you just have a lot of free time that day.
Yeah, that's
I listen to him on like road trips and stuff, but I'll select the people. Like I like more comedians on there or scientists and stuff.
Yeah,
they have a lot of cool. There's a guy from that just built a massive treehouse in Brazil, and he's using it as an Airbnb. It has power, everything. That seems like it'd be pretty fun. Go down to the rainforest and camp in a giant treehouse.
What?
Seems pretty fun.
Yeah, it does.
As long as you don't get bit by anything on your way in.
Yeah. Catch some Lyme disease or something.
Anaconda.
Oh yeah. But dude, yeah, and you know, there's that. I don't know if you heard of the Bad Friends podcast.
Whose is that?
That is Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee.
Nope, never. I've heard of Andrew Santino, but I've never heard of Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee is like he's the Korean guy. He was on Mad TV.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hot dog.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know, yeah. And
Definitely remember my Mad TV.
Yeah.
Back in the heyday of late night comedy shows.
Yeah, dude.
Back when SNL was, not that it's not good now, but it was a lot better back then.
Yeah. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about in specific?
No, I'm just going with it. Whatever. Actually, I was gonna ask you what all spots are you DJing nowadays?
Dude, I'm doing a lot of weddings these days.
Like Ben Fagan weddings?
Yeah. Shout out Ben Fagan. You the man. That's actually how I met Kanika at first. Kanika was in the wedding band. Kanika, the singer from Doom Flamingo. And I didn't even really put two and two together until she pretty much
She
was
had
out
short
of
hair back then. Right now it's always blue.
Yeah.
From all the videos I've seen of them. I mean, I've been to a few weddings that they were playing, but definitely wouldn't have put it together unless I went back a few weeks ago. And that's actually why I texted you the other day and to ask if Kanika was still in the wedding band. It's like, man, that's a killer wedding band with Kanika and Ben Fagan and Philip on the bass, of course.
Dude, so yeah, that was cool. We do a lot of those. We already booked out till like the end of the year.
Nice.
And you know, it's kind of the slow season for clubs, so to say. Right now, you know, we're in January, and it's cold. You know, not as much as going on entertainment wise, but you know, yeah, I've been kind of shifting from the club scene to weddings and some. I've always been doing festivals and stuff. I want to get into more festivals and also, yeah, more specified EDM
Well, we should try to get
shows.
you on the Incendia at Hula next year.
Yeah.
They're always looking for people, and we got our Tim, of course, you know, and Weston on there. I guess takes a bunch of us all putting your name on the thing. It's like, because they'll ask requests like, who do you want to see on the Incendia? And then we get 40 of our friends to all put the same two names, and they're like, wow, these two guys have a lot of pull here. And then they're in there. And Incendia's pretty cool. You have to dress for it to be warm because you never know what kind of fire they're going to be blowing up.
Yeah, dude. It's funny. Yeah, I was talking to Tim last night about his Incendia set and just how the fire, there's like a line array of flames right there.
And then
across. Yeah, all over, of course, all over the geodesic domes that they have around and everything, but even the pure heat that's right there next to the DJ controller, I was like, dude, how does that not melt
Oh yeah, I
the
didn't even think about
controller or like make your hard drive, your thumb drive super hot and stuff like that? And he said it started to malfunction, like the controller had a moment where it was kind of being funky, but then everything ended up being okay. But yeah, get your eyelashes like just burned off.
Yeah, this was the first year they actually had adequate sound to be a stage. Normally it's just an art installation that they have music at, but this year they actually gave them the go-ahead to bring your big speakers, because a lot of people would talk shit and say, oh, the speakers at Incendia weren't that loud, blah, 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 blah. The Incendia guy's like, well, they only paid me for this many decibels and tell me I can't go over this decibel level, so if they want to give me the money to bring on my big shit, then I have no problem blowing the roof off. And they did it. That was a really good stage this year.
Yeah, well then let that be a segue into a bigger stage for Incendia. I mean, I could see that growing into a more elaborate
Oh, they can build whatever you want. They're very professional. They have anything you need. They're ready to go at all times.
Yeah,
just if you want to, whatever, they pretty much give you, I feel like, a checklist of what do you want, and you check whatever boxes, and they're down for whatever. They're pretty solid.
Yeah, you won't find another stage like that anywhere else, really. And
No.
so yeah, we got the plug on that. I DJ'd Halloween like in 2017 with Tim. There was and it was like, you know how Incendia started out as an art installation? Well, there was this other art installation, the Morph Mobile stage, or the Morph Mobile installation / makeshift stage, that Nathan Miller, shout out, put together. And yeah, he got the okay from the people to host music, and then yeah, we were brushing shoulders more back then, and it just ended up happening. So that was cool. And then Ben Fagan invited me to play with him out for Halloween. Suwannee Rising. And that was where like Lettuce played.
Oh, nice.
Freaking Break Science. Got to meet the people and
Yeah, I don't think they do
everything.
Rising anymore.
Yeah, probably not.
They do Reunion. They do like Spring Jam, Resonate, which is like the new Baby Hula. That's gonna be a lot of fun. This will be my third Resonate. It's pretty much same vibes as Hula, but 1/10 of the people. I want to say last year they had maybe 2,000-3,000 people, and they only had 2 stages, so you just ping pong back and forth, one stage to the other, back and forth. So it's pretty awesome. So then if there's somebody you don't want to see, you just, I have an hour to go back to camp, change, eat, do whatever, and then come back. It's pretty tight little festival.
Yeah, man. And so things like that, you know, will start transpiring. I'm just like locking down more original material in the meantime.
Hell yeah.
I've been making a concerted effort to really try to define.
Doing more deucing?
Yeah, exactly. Define my style and sound better and with more frequency, as in post more songs. Like last year, I think I came out with like around 15 songs, but I can easily do more than 15 songs this year.
What direction are you trying to go with it?
I want to go in a direction that's very unique to me, and that would be something that I always like bringing an element of fun, you know, but I like to have it be kind of eclectic, and that's where like I like to hybridize genres and influences, like...
Hey, your song at the Unicorns versus Pirates was really good. The original you said you played.
Thank you. Yeah, the What the Fuck Did DJs Actually Do, and a bunch of other ones. I just released the What the Fuck Did DJs Actually Do one, though, and that one's starting to get some numbers on Spotify, so I'm stoked on that. And yeah, dude, and I also started working with a growth agency, so
What does a growth agency do? They just get you more gigs or just like help you out or what?
Yeah, not gigs, but they help me out on the online presence side of things.
Okay. So like marketing more.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, like they're devising graphics, advertisements, putting those in the faces of people that would be in my demographic, like, yeah, through like Instagram, Spotify, like playlists, freaking Facebook, TikTok ads. They really kind of combined it all. It's like artificial intelligence mixed with system automated services, and it really is just like this, it's all organic like stuff. It's not like I'm like out here paying for plays or anything. It's like quite different. And because technology is just crazy these days. So that will hopefully lead to bigger opportunities because,
that's good.
You know what I mean? It's like...
And is that a local company or?
No, they're out of Los Angeles.
That's what I was going to say, California.
Yeah.
Did Ben put you on with them or you just found them yourself or?
Yeah, I found them. And yeah, Ben, dude, Ben has got his credentials already, man. And he did it from like the ground up, seemingly. Like, dude, he's got a track
with
with
the pirate show back in the day.
He did win.
That's how I remember
Pirate.
From when I was in high school. He won or actually I was just out of high school, James Allen, and he won the Pirate
Master?
whatever it was. Pirate Master, that's
Pirate
what it
Master,
was.
yeah, the reality show. Yeah, dude, I still want to see that. I think it's just like only on a certain streaming platform now, but I've always wanted to see that and just see Ben like out there just murking it. It's like similar to Survivor and all that.
And you find treasure, like random hidden treasure and stuff.
Yeah, he would tell me about some of the things, and it's just so funny. But and then he also did a song with Megan Trainor, 3 a.m. That's a pretty big credit, like a song credit to have. Like he co-wrote that one with her, and then, you know, he's got his original stuff. He's got plaques on his wall for like millions of streams on like certain ones of his songs. Like The Moment he got a plaque when he broke 1 million on that, and like there's some other ones and stuff. Quite an impressive
I've seen a couple of Ben Fagan, the Holy City Hooligans concerts back in the day.
Dude, yeah. Where did you see him at?
James Island.
Yeah, like where on James Island? Just like
I feel like they played at Barrier Island Surf Shop one time.
What?
We used to get some good stuff back there back in the day. Afro Man played a couple times.
Oh my God.
It used to be on Folly Beach, then it moved next to what was the Piggly Wiggly on Folly Road down towards Folly Beach. It's now Harris Teeter. Across the street from there, it was a surf shop, Barrier Island, and we would get Afro Man like once, twice a year. That's a pretty good time back in those days.
What? That's funny. Yeah, we did a show with Swayze once at the Boathouse in Myrtle Beach.
Nice. Yeah, he played a festival. We had one called Solstice on Johns Island. It was literally just a cow field. Put a stage up and had, I want to say it was Swayze and, damn, I have to think of what the other guy's name is. He's still sort of relevant. It's a good little singer. I'll have to think of that later.
Yeah. And, oh my God, I told this story yesterday to Tim, but when we were doing Regatronics, it's like, you know, out on Lake Murray. Mm-hmm. So you basically have to get everything transported by a boat. And Ben had his big mixer in a hard shell case. And he was trying to get on the boat, and the guy on the boat was just being like freaking not cool. He was trying to say that there was like too much room or not enough room on the boat or something, and Ben's like, I have to take this trip with my band right now, like, dude, just let me on. The guy was pulling away from the dock. Ben was like trying to get on the boat as the dude was pulling away, and Ben fell in the water with his hard shell case with the mixer in it. Like,
so is the hard shell waterproof? Or
I mean, literally, I immediately geeked out, and everybody did too. And he the mixer only has like one problem with it now, but it somehow was so watertight. Like, I don't know if it was completely waterproof, but
it was good enough that it's...
Yeah, that we still use it. Oh my God, dude. Yeah. I love that, dude. We did shows out in Costa Rica as well. That was crazy. But, let's see what time we're at really quick. Well, we're just about at the hour mark, dude. What can we conclude this with?
This is your... What do you think?
Dude, alright, let's do this. How about if you could give yourself a DJ name, what DJ name would you give yourself?
Oh, generically, DJ Mikey B. That would work, but I don't know. I think it's something off the wall.
DJ Off the Wall?
There we go. DJ Off the Wall. That works right there.
Oh my God, I love it, dude. Well, right on, man. Dude, thanks for coming in and
no problem,
having this conversation, dude. It
was a good time.
Hell yeah, dude. Just chop it up like we always do, except this time in front of a camera and a microphone.
And a bright light.
And a bright light.
That's not blinking anymore, so we're good.
Yeah.
Not strobing.
Uh-huh. But right on. Thank you to everybody that tuned in on this live. And I will catch y'all later this evening. I have Justin Visserman coming on. He does visual arts and all that good stuff. So much love. Peace.
Thanks for having us. Or having me.
And shout out, looks like Code just got in here. DJ, this badass DJ I met down in Florida, Orlando.
Cody Codes?
Code and Ford Myers now in here. Yo, much love, dude. Everybody tuning in. Seriously, thank y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. All right. Peace.